What if I told you World War III has already begun? But this time, it doesn't look like tanks and trenches. It looks like cyber attacks, missile strikes, shadow assassinations. While the world debates whether a global war is on the horizon, a silent battlefield is already ablaze between Iran and Israel. It's a war fought in secret labs with drones, spies, and missiles. And the United States is already deeply involved. In this video, we're breaking down exactly how this hidden war works, why experts say it's the most dangerous proxy battlefield on Earth, and why many believe it's already spiraling into a secret version of World War III. For years, Iran and Israel have been locked in a brutal shadow war, but unlike the conventional wars of the past, this one hides behind proxy forces, cyber sabotage, and covert assassinations. Iran funds and arms groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, and militias across Iraq and Syria, all designed to surround Israel with hostile forces. Israel, meanwhile, has waged silent campaigns inside Iran, targeting scientists, sabotaging nuclear facilities, and, as we'll see, building secret drone bases deep inside Iranian territory. This isn't new, but in 2025, the gloves came off, and suddenly, the world couldn't look away. In June 2025, shocking revelations rocked global headlines. Israeli intelligence, Mossad, had quietly established a covert drone operations base inside Iran itself. Hidden near key missile facilities, this base allowed Israel to launch deep strikes with unprecedented precision. Experts compared it to America, placing a secret drone facility inside Russia during the Cold War. It wasn't just bold, it was an open challenge to Iran's sovereignty, and it triggered immediate consequences. Within 48 hours, Israeli drones struck over 100 Iranian targets, missile sites, nuclear labs, even senior military commanders. The message was clear. Israel could hit Iran anytime, anywhere. Iran's retaliation was swift and furious. Over 150 ballistic missiles and more than 100 explosive drones were launched toward Israel. It was one of the largest coordinated attacks the region has seen in decades. Israel's Iron Dome intercepted most, but not all. Damage was reported. Sirens wailed across cities. It was a glimpse of how quickly this shadow war could erupt into a direct, devastating conflict. But what followed revealed just how entangled this battlefield had become. Here's the twist many didn't expect. The United States was already involved. When Israeli strikes began, U.S. intelligence assets provided targeting data. American warplanes in the region increased patrols, and most significantly, leaked Pentagon documents confirmed that U.S. cyber units were actively disabling Iranian air defenses during Israel's operations. Officially, Washington insists it isn't at war, but behind the scenes, the U.S. is playing a crucial covert role, deepening fears that this isn't just a regional clash. It's the blueprint for how a modern world war begins. Beyond the missiles and sabotage lies an even greater threat, the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway near Iran handles nearly a third of the world's oil shipments, and Tehran knows it. In response to Israeli strikes and U.S. involvement, Iran has already threatened to shut it down, using mines, drone swarms, and missile batteries along the coast. Such a move wouldn't just cripple oil prices, it could collapse global markets overnight, triggering the kind of economic chaos that often precedes full-scale war. For decades, Iran's greatest strength wasn't just missiles, it was its proxies. Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, militias in Iraq and Syria. Together, they formed a noose around Israel, launching rockets, drones, and attacks without Tehran ever firing a shot. But 2025 has exposed cracks. Israeli airstrikes, U.S. special operations, and global sanctions have severely weakened these groups. Hezbollah has suffered leadership losses. The Houthis face crippling military setbacks. Iraqi militias are fractured, and without them, Iran's ability to wage indirect war is shrinking, making direct conflict more likely. What makes this conflict so dangerous is its invisibility. This isn't World War III with tanks crossing borders. It's cyber attacks shutting down missile systems. It's drone assassinations of nuclear scientists. It's sabotage missions and secret bases, all happening beneath the surface. Experts call it hybrid warfare. a mix of conventional, cyber, and covert tactics designed to blur the lines of war. And Iran and Israel have become ground zero for this terrifying new battlefield. The danger? Hybrid wars can escalate without warning, until it's too late. Here's the chilling question. Has World War III already begun? Some military analysts argue that when global powers engage in proxy wars, cyber operations, and covert strikes, all while denying direct responsibility, we're witnessing the first phase of a global war. From Ukraine to Gaza, and now the Iran-Israel battlefield, the pattern is repeating. And with US forces already entangled, many believe the spark for global conflict isn't on the horizon. It's already burning in the shadows. Right now, the Iran-Israel conflict has reached a boiling point, but not in the way the history books taught us to recognize war. There are no mass troop deployments, no formal declarations, no iconic photographs of world leaders signing ultimatums. Instead, this war is fought in whispers, in cyber code, in the silent hum of drones crossing borders unseen. In just the last month, we've witnessed one of the most aggressive escalations between Iran and Israel in decades. The Mossad drone base hidden inside Iranian territory wasn't just a bold tactical move. It was a signal, a message to Tehran and to the world that the boundaries of conventional warfare have been shattered. Iran's retaliation, 150 ballistic missiles, hundreds of drones, sent another message. This isn't just posturing, it's real, and it's dangerously close to spinning out of control. But here's the most alarming part. This isn't just about Iran and Israel. Behind the headlines, the fingerprints of global superpowers are everywhere. The United States quietly providing intelligence, cyber support, and military backing to Israel. Russia, reportedly deepening ties with Iran, is offering advanced defense systems and technology in exchange for Tehran's cooperation elsewhere. And China, watching carefully, securing energy deals, positioning itself as a mediator, while subtly expanding its influence across the Middle East. What we're seeing isn't just a regional skirmish, it's the world's most volatile proxy battlefield, and every major power has skin in the game. Now, here's where it gets even more dangerous. History shows that world wars rarely erupt from a single, grand event. More often, they begin as a series of small, seemingly disconnected crises, isolated on the surface, that slowly weave together until they explode into global disaster. Imagine it. A drone strike misfires and hits a civilian target. Iran decides to shut down the Strait of Hormuz, even temporarily, sending global oil markets into free fall. A US aircraft operating in tense airspace mistakenly shoots down an Iranian jet. Hezbollah, cornered and desperate, unleashes rockets toward Tel Aviv. Or perhaps it's far less visible. Cyber attacks ripple beyond control, crippling power grids across Europe or the United States. Any one of these sparks alone might seem containable, but combined, they can ignite a chain reaction. And history teaches us that once that reaction begins, stopping it becomes almost impossible. Right now, military leaders, diplomats, and intelligence agencies across the world are walking a razor's edge. One misstep, one misunderstanding, one moment of miscalculation. And this fragile shadow war could explode into the open, with consequences none of us are ready for. So, let's ask the uncomfortable question. Has World War III already started? But unlike the past, it's happening in secret. No one's storming beaches or dropping paratroopers. Instead, nations are fighting with sabotage, disinformation, cyber attacks, and economic warfare, all while keeping plausible deniability. The Iran-Israel proxy war is a case study in this terrifying new era of conflict. And here's the bitter truth. The world may not even recognize the start of World War III until it's already halfway over. We've seen this pattern before, from Ukraine to the South China Sea. Small conflicts, proxy battles, cyber attacks, dismissed as isolated events, until they cascade into something far bigger, far deadlier. The only difference now is that the Middle East, with its energy choke points, nuclear ambitions, and centuries of instability, might be the spark that sets the entire global order ablaze. So, what do you think? Are we witnessing the silent, secret beginning of World War III? Or is there still a window to de-escalate this dangerous game before it explodes? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one. And this is a conversation the world needs to have. If you found this video informative, hit that like button. It helps more people see the truth behind the headlines. And if you want to stay updated as this hidden conflict evolves, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, because the battle for the Middle East, the hidden proxy war, it's far from over. Stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.